Welcome back to another episode of the Folding Towels podcast. I'm your host, David, and I'm here in person this time with your other host, Jackie.
Hello. We are actually in the same room today. It's very exciting.
It is very exciting. One of the things that the last 3 years have taught us is that so much can be done remotely.
Yes, it can, and it does add to the loneliness, I'm going to admit.
It certainly does, but I think one thing's for certain, that the jobs that we do and love just simply cannot be done from a distance.
No. I remember when everybody was saying pivot to online, and I started crying. How am I supposed to do that?
There's a fabulous Big Bang Theory episode where Sheldon is learning how to massage his own traps.
Oh, I love that. Yes, that's so funny.
It's like, oh my God, why haven't I done this before?
Because he doesn't even like touching himself, let alone other people. Oh, that is the best episode. It's so funny. I love it so much.
Well, our episode today, oh my God, where am I pulling these from? We've called this a case for conversation. Should I talk with my clients during the massage?
Yes, David, that is the question. Where are you actually pulling these controversial topics from? What's going on?
It is quite polarizing. When I was canvassing Facebook looking for how people respond to this, there was one person who was absolutely adamant, no, you do not talk to your clients under any circumstances. I massage in absolute abject silence all the time, and if they start to talk, I make sure that they don't.
That sounds like a lot of work, I'm going to be honest.
FYI, the emphasis was mine.
That does sound like an awful lot of work to always shut down conversations instead of naturally letting them peter out after a little while. Gosh.
Yeah. Well, last night I was working late. It was a Thursday night, and I'll usually see 2 or 3 people in the evening. I was pretty tired. But there were 3 people who I get on very well with. We've got a lot in common. And we were laughing so hard. Today my tummy hurts. And all of these 3 commented, I came for a massage tonight, but I didn't realise just how much of it I needed to laugh. I mean, it was non-stop. Lots of tangents, lots of puns, memes, and tragic movie references.
Oh, the puns. Well, we should definitely wrap this up right now and end the episode. David thinks it's okay to talk with his clients during massage. And to be honest, David, I actually do too. I chat a bit with my clients. So, yeah. Cool. Done. Sorted.
Roll the theme music. I think we do need a bit of context, so let's explore this a little bit further. So I will often work in pain type remedial massage. And conversation is super important with clients, first of all, to know where to work, what sort of sensation they're feeling, where is that pain referring to, also in gaining permissions about how to work with them, and also getting feedback about the progress of the treatment. I often use conversation as a distraction with them. So if someone's a bit nervous, maybe it's their first massage, having a bit of a conversation as you go can help to settle them down. Particularly working across pain sites which might carry a bit of trauma to it, or if that particular technique is likely to be uncomfortable. And especially with people who might be experiencing dry needling for the first time, conversation at that time, first of all about reassurance, but again as a distraction, can be really, really helpful. So I use conversation all the time as part of my clinicality.
That is actually something that's really important, because we had that conversation on here and in person recently about my first experience with dry needling, and I was talked through that. And if I hadn't been, I would have been traumatized, because to me, that is a traumatic experience for me. I have a huge needle phobia. Anyway, I won't rehash that, but yes, absolutely, so important to talk about that.
Yeah, it's building rapport with our clients and building that trust.
Yes. And a lot of the time, our clients do not know how to relax, and we have to actually walk them through it, especially if we're doing shoulder work in particular. You can be trying to move the shoulder around, but the client is holding their arm out in the middle of the air, and you can't move it unless you, okay, guys, you need to just relax and calm that down and just, so that's super important. So important. I love the people that I get on well with. I love those people that you could just have a little chat with and really, you're friendly. It's super nice to be able to just, oh, it's you. So glad to see you. Happy you're here. And they tell you a little bit about their life and what's going on, how their kids are, how their parents are, all that sort of thing. I actually really love that. But I do think you also need to read the cues that you're given, because a lot of the time, and I find this for me, myself, that when you are on the massage table, for my clients, they really do want some quiet time. Not always, but a lot of the time. And you have to read the cues. So you might start out with some conversation at the beginning of the treatment, and then it just sort of peters out after a while, and they just get into the flow of relaxing, the small talk drops off, and then they're just almost sleeping. That space between being awake and being asleep, that is the best. I love that space.
Yeah, you definitely need to read those unspoken cues, and I love that moment. I love it myself as well, but I love seeing it as the client, they cross that line and they just fall silent. Sometimes it's partway through a sentence. And they're not necessarily asleep, but they've just passed into that in-between place where they're just existing.
Yes.
And that is not the time to pull them back out into reality unless you absolutely have to.
Yes. That's when you have to start having a conversation by yourself in your own head.
I have to admit, sometimes that conversation leaks out. I started laughing to myself one day.
Oh, no.
My client thought I was laughing at them.
Oh, no.
So then I had to explain, and then it wasn't funny anymore.
I pull faces. I'm just like, the feelings have to come out. So my face moves, and then I'm like, oh, whoops, was my client actually looking at me? Are they face up or face? Oh, they're face down. It's okay now. My face just keeps talking even when I don't.
I think it's really important to set the boundaries right at the start of the treatment as well, and reassure your clients that it's okay for them to talk to you as well. And that might be reassurances around if the pressure is too much or if the pressure is not right. It's important that you speak up and say something. If you're not comfortable with me working in a particular area, or if we start to explore a particular type of technique and you don't like it, please say something. Or if you'd like me to spend more time, please tell me. That would be amazing. This is your treatment. And so they need to know that it is okay to talk. And then I'll often reassure them that it's okay. You're not here to entertain me. It's like if you want to chat with me, that's fine. But if you need the silence right now, well, you can have silence and we'll just deal with that.
Yes. That is so, so important. I actually had one client recently come in to see me, and she was sort of in that space of shopping around, and she said, I've been to see someone recently who was, she was actually looking for a lymphatic drainage therapist, and she said, I have been to see someone else a couple of months ago, and it was extremely clinical, and he did not chat with her. He didn't explain very much, walked in, filled out the form, and said, okay, did the very small particulars about jump on the table, lie in this direction, do this, yada, yada. And that was it. And she was very put off by it. And I said, oh, well, luckily you won't have that problem here. If you do want to chat, we can chat all day. I will just keep going if you let me.
How do you think the introverts are feeling about this conversation right now?
Oh, they probably hate us right at this minute. I know you love a little bit of silence sometimes on your table. We've talked about this a few times, particularly I think in the music episode that we did a while back, where you're like, oh, it's totally okay to have silence. And my music-loving self was just rebelling, saying, no, it's not okay.
There's certainly those people who just cannot cope in silence, and maybe it is the extreme extroverts, or maybe they're visiting for the first time and they need some reassurance. they need to have some sort of words going on because it helps them to feel comfortable. So I think it would be a crime to make them have to have their treatment in absolute quiet.
Honestly, there is something to be said for a little bit of small talk because you're right, it does put the client at ease, and it can help sometimes to build a bit of rapport with your client and just really build that relationship and let them know, oh, hey, look, my therapist has feelings and is a human being as well. And, oh, they actually struggle to find a massage therapist that suits them. Oh, right, it's not just me. So there is something to be said for small talk. But then small talk as well can be very painful for some of us.
So did you watch the football of the weekend, Jackie?
Oh, sports ball. I have to preface this by saying sports ball, this is that meme from the IT crowd right now. Oh, look, he's running up one end of the field and, oh, yay, everyone's cheering. But I have been watching the Matildas because that did happen recently and super proud. And I do actually enjoy a little bit of sport, but I do not follow any teams. So, yeah, this is a tough conversation for me.
Having not watched soccer ever until this year.
So good.
I was an expert when they played. I was an expert. Offside, Jackie. Offside.
I don't even know what that means. I've never understood that. Like, never. And I've been watching soccer for 25 years.
The benefit is that no one understands the offside rule. If you call it out, you're probably right.
My husband talks about that when he watches the rugby league, and he's a huge rugby league fan and knows all of the rules and has coached a lot of sports. And I sit there and I'm like, why are they all just standing around? I don't get it.
Honestly, the worst part about getting my hair cut is small talk with someone I've got absolutely no connection with. And the hairdresser will be saying to me, so, what do you do for work? How's the weather outside? How's the football? How's this? How's that? And I'm dying on the inside. It's just so awkward. I don't want to talk about the weather. I don't want to talk about football. I don't want to talk about politics. And I don't want to talk about what I'm doing on the weekend.
Oh, it's very tricky when you don't click with the person. But when you do click and it's like you have found a long lost friend, oh, that is just the best. You have that epic treatment. There's so much connection and everything is just a win-win. You are walking out of the treatment room smiling. They are walking away feeling like $1 million and telling you how awesome they feel. There's nothing better.
It is pretty cool. And then you've got those times like last night where you just laugh so hard. It's a therapy in itself.
Laughter is a good therapy. It honestly is.
It certainly is. Look, I want to come back to consent again. We've talked about consent in a previous episode. Conversation is an absolute must for consent. Especially, you might start to unpack something in the person's body and you need to work somewhere where you haven't previously discussed with that person. Maybe it's their butt. Or maybe you believe that a new technique is what is needed, and you absolutely need to talk to the person at that time and seek their consent.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. David, we sit on the fence for just about every topic. We should get some T-shirts made up that say, it depends.
It depends. But the truth is, why does it only have to be one right answer though, Jackie? It's like a multiple choice.
It is so true. It is. There's layers to everything. Every single person is different. Every therapist is different. You're 100% right. It does depend.
Look, there's a time when, hands down, I will kill a conversation and strongly encourage silence. And that's when it's particularly about hate and intolerance speak, whether it's racism or sexism or a bunch of other isms, or maybe the person starts to talk about politics. Right now, one of the hot topics is the voice that's coming up for referendum, and there's some real strong opinions out there. And before anyone crosses a line, I just need to shut it down because it's a values mismatch. And if I don't agree with something, like, I don't want to have that conversation. That's not the place for me to push my values onto that person. But there's times when they're just plain wrong and misinformed about something, and if they don't get the hint to stay quiet, sometimes I will reference research that may highlight where they're misinformed. But yeah, I do try to discourage that sort of conversation.
Yeah, that is a really tricky one. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but on the massage table is definitely not the place to really have a lot of those conversations. And some people do have a rule of, we don't talk about religion, we don't talk about politics. And I have seen that discussed in many a Facebook group before, which I think, to be honest, most of the time that's probably a good rule to stick by, because you're there for bodywork. Politics doesn't really have to come into it at all. We really do have to be aware of why that person is on our table. If I was coming to you for a relaxation massage, David, and you actually talked at me for the entire session, I would be very cross. And I have to say, I know that you wouldn't do that. We'd probably just be having a conversation anyway. But I have had that happen to me where I've wanted to really chill out and relax and not really have to think too much because I'm tired. I'm there to relax. And the therapist has just kept talking. I'm literally telling them without actually saying it outright, I'm so tired. Please stop talking.
Yeah. I've certainly had massages where the therapist has poured their heart and soul out onto me about all the things that are going on in their life, and I've left that massage feeling almost traumatized. It was not a great experience.
This is where we as therapists have to have our own therapist. We have to have that buddy or an actual counsellor or therapist to talk to, whether it's a colleague, a partner, someone you pay, whoever it is. We have to get our own stuff off our chests and not trauma dump all over our client.
Our clients certainly will talk to us sometimes about some really personal stuff. And it's a really special relationship when they do that. They'll often share the matters of their heart with us. They trust their body and their health and their soul with us. Often they haven't told anyone else about these things as well. They may not have told their partner, they may not have told their family, maybe not have spoken out to a friend or to a therapist. And there is that comfort that they have in that practitioner-client confidentiality too.
I absolutely love that when you know that your client trusts you because of their behavior, what they tell you and how they're telling you things. I love that so much. And I think you do feel the same, David, because we both have connection as very high on our list of values. So, yeah, it's beautiful.
There is one thing that I struggle with though, Jackie, and that's the maleness of myself, where someone would tell me about this problem and I just want to fix it.
You want to fix it. Yeah.
I have the answer for you. And I can feel myself bursting on the inside. It's like, I can fix this.
Do you ask though? Do you say, okay, do you need me to listen or do you want a solution?
Not quite as bluntly as that.
I've told my husband, because a lot of the time he does that, and I've said to my husband, look, you need to ask the question, be blunt about it. And he will say that to me now, and I will be like, I'm venting. I want a solution later. I need to vent for a minute first.
I'm pretty sure I've got it wrong sometimes.
Oh, 100%. We're only human. We're all human. We're going to make mistakes.
Yep.
Oh, gosh.
Is there anything more to say about this one, Jackie?
No, I actually think we have covered it all. I think this is good. We should be absolutely talking to our clients. Just knowing when to shut up is key.
Absolutely. There is a time and place for conversation, and it's just not all the time. Absolutely. All right, let's wrap this one up. Short and sweet, love it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's been one of our goals, is to have an episode under half an hour. So let's close it off. If you are listening to us on Spotify or Apple, it would really mean the world to us if you could leave a rating for the podcast and perhaps a little review. That would be really sweet. You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram and even on Twitter. We look forward to seeing you and talking with you really soon.
Thank you so much for tuning in every single episode, you guys. We are absolutely loving the feedback and loving hearing your wonderful comments on all the social media. So thank you so much. We are super excited to see you again next week already.
All right. And we're back in our normal format. But it's been really good just to actually sit with you face to face, Jackie.
Yes, it's been good. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.